In this lesson I just want to show you how to do a Skillion roof. So basically what I want to do is just move over to the side. I'll just leave our house where it is. And basically what I'm going to do is, rather than use the roof by perimeter, I'm going to use the roof by picking points. Now you'll tend to use the roof by picking points for Skillions rather than the perimeter, because you might have multiple Skillions going in different directions and all different sorts of shapes. So you'll find that the roof by picking points might be an easier option for your roof. So let's say I want a 10-degree Skillion, and here I'll just pick points. I'm not worrying about typing in the distance because I would normally be picking over walls. So just for the training lesson, I'm just going to pick 4 points to create a rectangular shape that we will then convert into a Skillion roof. So if I right click and go finish, notice, as I've said in previous lessons, it will go in as a hip. That's how I do all my roofs. I put them in as hips and then I convert them to Skillions and Dutch gables, etc. So let's say, for instance, that in this particular roof, this red arrow that or pitching point that I'm circling now, is where it's going to be pitched up from. So what I need to do is I need to highlight the other three. What that means is this red one will stay as it is and will not be changed. So it's pitching from the plate that this would be sitting on and coming up at 10 degrees in the direction down towards the bottom of your screen. So if I highlight these other 3 pitching points and go to my properties, right click and go to properties, then change the roof shape to Gables and hit OK, that's all you have to do to get a Skillion roof. If I go and have a look at that, there it is there. Okay, so all you've done is you've touched the roof, you've made the 3 sides into gables, leaving the front one as the pitching point. Okay, now what you need to be aware of with Skillion roofs, if I go and do that again and I come over here and I say okay, it's going to pitch from this side, so it's that one and that one, those 3 sides. I'm going to change the properties on those and change those to a gable. So now I've got a gable here and I've got a gable there running in 2 directions. If I touch this Skillion roof, right click and go move, and I move this over to this one, see what happened? It married in. That is because the roof is the same. It's 10 degrees and 10 degrees for both sections of the roof. So if we go and have a look at that, it could end up being all sorts of weird and wonderful roof shapes. Okay, that's not what I want to do. So basically what you do is, if I delete that one and go and put in, say, a 12-degree pitch roof, exactly the same, right click and finish, and I want that side and that side. They're all active. Go to the properties, change them to a gable, hit OK, right click and move that anywhere I like. It will not marry in. Now you're going to say this one here is 12 degrees, that one there is 10 degrees. Well, all you got to do is grab this one, the edge, right click, go to the properties, change that back to 10 degrees. It'll change back down. Although it's described as a 12 degree, it will not marry in, and that is how you get your multiple Skillion roofs, and you'll just have to lift them up and lower them down and do what you like to get the mixture of your roof you want. But that's what you need to be aware of with Skillion roofs. If you're using the same roof, it will marry in, so you need to use separate roofs. Now, one of the things you might like to know, taking that into account with our Skillion roofs, if it's the same roof, it'll marry in. Let's say, for instance, that this particular design, someone comes back and says, oh, well, hang on, I want a carport down this end. Well, you can touch the roof on the end, grab the blue pitching point and drag it out the given distance. See how it's separated from the wall? That's by grabbing that blue pitching point and dragging it out. So I'll just undo that. Now, what happens when I move a wall? If I go and grab this wall here and drag this out, the whole wall comes out. See how the roof follows. So if you drag the roof off the wall, it will separate. If you drag a wall and the roof is sitting on top of the wall, the roof will follow. But let's say, for instance, the people want a carport and they want it down this side, or they want another additional living area, outdoor area added onto here. So rather than take the roof off and redo it all, it is a 25-degree pitch roof. If I go and grab the 25-degree pitch roof cover and use the option of roof by picking points, and as long as I cross over my pitching point, I can then just go and trace in here whatever I want as far as the shape. And what I want to do here is basically with those skillions, how they married in, if I want to add another area out here, if I select the roof by picking points and select the same pitch and cross the pitching points here, right click and finish, you can notice how it marries in. So that's one way of getting an additional shape into an existing roof rather than taking the existing roof off and having to reshape the whole lot. Okay, so that's quite handy to know. I'll just undo that and we'll come on to our next lesson. Thank you.